Hey everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful day so far. I am just dropping this special little clip into all the episodes. So, no matter what episode you're listening to, this is actually pretty current as of July 2024. I wanted to come on here and just say a big thank you to Earworthy because the Life Shift podcast was just named the best overall podcast of the year in the first Earworthy Independent Podcast Awards. And you've probably seen some articles written about the Life Shift podcast before, written by Earworthy. And now he is launching from his online publication, he is launching these yearly winners of independent podcast awards. And these are specifically for indie podcasters. We are those that wear all the hats. We create the show. Some people write the show. We're producers, sound engineers. We troubleshoot all the tech. We do any kind of research if we need to. We host the shows. We distribute the shows. We do all the things that relate to our shows because we love it. And it's so nice to see my name in a list with some other amazing podcasts like Multispective, which won Best Life Lessons Podcast. Salad with a Side of Fries won Best Health Podcast. Bippity Boppity Business won Best Business Advice Podcast. And there are so many more. And so I just want to come on here and say thank you to Earworthy for not only doing these awards every year and just honoring some of us indie podcasters that sometimes feel like we're just shouting into the void, but we're not. We're just doing what brings us joy, and hopefully through that work it brings other people joy. In my case, for the Life Shift, I hope that each episode finds the ears that needed to hear it the most so that they feel a little less alone in their circumstance. But also, Earworthy writes all these amazing publications pretty much weekly, every week, every weekday, I should say, where he writes on Blogger, Medium, Substack, Tumblr, Vocal, Many Stories, and for other places, and he really just highlights the independent podcasters. So thank you, Frank, for everything you do with Earworthy and for recognizing all of us in the first Earworthy Independent Podcast Awards. If you'd like to read more, please head to medium.com/EAR hyphen WORTHY. Thanks again and enjoy this episode.
I'm Matt Gilhooly, and this is The Life Shift, candid conversations about the pivotal moments that have changed lives forever.
Hello, my friends. I wanted to drop into the feed on this special day to share a little message from another podcaster. The reason I'm doing this is because this particular person is going to be a guest on the Life Shift podcast in a few months. I never know when exactly, but she will be on. She has a podcast called Drinking with Gin. Her name is Ginny Priem. Her podcast would probably align with the people that like the Life Shift podcast. And so Drinking with Gin with Ginny Priem is all about having like down-to-earth conversations, and she does it while having a drink. And it can be any kind of drink. It doesn't have to be an alcoholic drink, but it's any kind of drink. And most of her conversations explore post-traumatic growth, and they are pretty similar, like open conversations like you hear on the Life Shift podcast. She has some episodes with guests, and then she does some of her own with her background and expertise. She's also an author and a coach and all sorts of cool things. So she put together a little message for everyone that listens to the Life Shift podcast. So I would love for you to listen to her message, and if it piques any of your interest, check out Drinking with Gin on your favorite podcast platform. Follow her on socials, but I'll let her tell you the rest. So here's my friend Ginny.
Hey, the Life Shift friends. It's Ginny Priem here. I'm the host of Drinking with Gin. And Drinking with Gin is a life improvement podcast. And we have these relatable chats over drinks of any kind. It's all about positive change after life throws you a curveball. My own story started with my book, You're My Favorite, which is a #1 bestseller on Amazon. It's about a shocking and traumatic end to a romantic relationship, and it's a juicy one. In addition to being an author and podcast host, I'm also a motivational keynote speaker and a master certified life coach. Since you're here in this community for the life-changing moments, you may also love to tune into the episodes on my podcast where my guests share about their stories and how they came out better on the other side of it. It's about post-traumatic growth and growing through adversity. I also invite expert guests on the show to tackle some of the conversations where we might need some elevated guidance on tough topics. These experts help provide perspective and insights on topics that might need some clarity from an expert. Often these conversations do tend to be around narcissistic abuse recovery, since that's where my own story is rooted. My most popular episode to date is with guest Joe Navarro, and he's a former FBI agent that specializes in dangerous personalities. Think Ted Bundy. And for my solo episodes, my drink is my sidekick. You'll get a pretty good idea of the mood in these episodes right in the beginning based on my beverage. I'll get raw and vulnerable with you, like in the episode called My Hardest Breakup, which, by the way, I think I'm drinking a dirty martini in that episode, if that tells you anything. And sometimes we just need to have some fun over here on Drinking with Gin. I can't wait to connect with you over on my podcast. And you can listen to Drinking with Gin on any of the major platforms. So pick your favorite and don't forget to follow or subscribe. Leave me a review, and I would love it if you would share your favorite episode with a friend. And if you want to hang out with me in between episodes, come hang out on Instagram, which is at Ginny Priem. I'm so excited to see you back here soon with Matt on The Life Shift. Talk soon.